Today I'm going to show you what might be the oldest radio controlled car in existence. And no, it's not this one. In fact, we got to go outside to check it out. So this is it. It's the Futaba Safari Buggy GTX. And it's actually a 1/8 scale buggy, so I know a few of you are probably disappointed that I didn't drive it home, but this example is a rolling chassis. Despite being just a rolling chassis, it's still very heavy, and my Ascender got really terrible mileage driving it back home, even though it was just in the next town over from me. Design is based off a vintage VW dune buggy. Well, at the time this car was built, it wasn't so vintage, but the actual VW dune buggy used a chassis from a Volkswagen Beetle and then had a fiberglass body, which was great for enthusiasts because they were easy to work on and parts were plentiful because the Beetle had been so mass produced. And even today you can still find parts fairly easily for these vehicles. Here's a look at the inside. Again, it's a rolling chassis, so there aren't any electronics in it. Obviously, there's no motor. This is actually the fuel tank, and it's actually made out of brass metal. So that's highly unusual in an RC car. I mean, nothing like that would fly in today's world of lightweight performance radio control cars. So this is the box, and I think it's really neat that somebody preserved it for all these years. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, there's actually a price tag on it of $159.95. Not sure if that was actually the original asking price for this vehicle, but if it was, it's proof that RC has always been an expensive hobby. And if we zoom in, you can see that a lot of the writing on here is in Japanese. This particular vehicle was actually built in Japan, and I don't know if somebody bought it and brought it over to the United States or if it was imported. And inside the box we still have the original instructions. They are in English, so let's see all that. This was a kit. The vehicle has been assembled most of the way, but not completely. We got the instructions. We also have this would have gone on top of the motor. We got a part list. Everything you need to build this car. And this is what I think is really cool. Still have the original Futaba decal. And I guess this little character on here is their mascot. It's, I guess it's supposed to be a RC transmitter that has a face and walks around and controls vehicles? I don't know what they're thinking with that. But, anyways, there's also some detail parts in here, which are pretty cool. The steering wheel. They got some light lenses. Some other parts. I'm not sure what that's for. There's that. The fuel lines in this bag. And let's see. Nuts and bolts. And in here is the antenna. So that's nicely preserved. So that's the Futaba Safari Buggy GTX. I feel like it should be given a Doug score right now, but we can't exactly get it out on the road and see how it drives, so we're going to skip that for now. But what's really cool about this buggy is that it's been preserved for decades. The box has been preserved It's got some nice graphics on it, and it gives us a nice look back at how this hobby got started decades ago.